Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys lose once again in a crucial way. Fantastic Dallas Cowboys fashion. But to walk off the field before the game was even over tells me everything that I need to know. And the frustration in Dallas is really brewing. First, you had CeeDee Lamb's contract, and then you got Micah Parsons walking off the field before time even expired. That shows the level of frustration in Dallas right now. The level of frustration is at an all-time high. CeeDee Lamb, crucial drop ball because the sun was in his face, and Jerry, he won't change the stadium. He's not open to changing anything about the stadium because he believes that his players can play in anything. Anything. And then Micah Parsons last night, special teams can't even do their job correctly. You block the punt, and then Cincinnati ends up getting it back. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in my 22 years of living. That somebody blocks a punt. They successfully do what they put themselves in good position just to let Cincinnati get the ball back. In what way do we change Dallas? You can't. This is who they are. This is who they've always been. This is who they've been in the past almost 30 years since winning a Super Bowl. And it's really showing that they miss Dak because Dak could have at least done a little something. Cooper Rush, he's been sensational lately. And I wouldn't say sensational like a Sam Darnold or, like a Lamar Jackson. He's not been like that. But he's been doing what he's supposed to. He's not a guy that's going to come in here and shred you for 400 or 500 yards. He's not a Jameis Winston where he's throwing up prayers left and right. He's simply a guy that's in there because your starter is hurt. And Dallas is now sitting at the bottom of the barrel along with the New York Giants. They got a few more wins than the Giants. But, how do you fix this? Give Mike McCarthy another year. And I promise you, probably by next season, they're probably going to be calling for Mike McCarthy's job. Now, they don't have any assistant coaches, which I don't get that you don't have any assistant coaches. And Jerry also said he's not going to make a in-season coaching change. Dallas needs to sit there and reevaluate their team. Reevaluate everybody. Everybody needs something to play for right now. You need to get people who are willing to prove themselves. Because I honestly thought our division, the NFC East, was going to be a three-way head-to-head thing. I thought Dallas, Washington, and Philly were all going to be neck and neck. Now, Philly's clearly running away with the division. Can't do nothing about that. Washington is sitting there in a wild card spot. Love that. Playoff game. I love it. But Dallas isn't even in the hunt for a playoff game. They're not even in the hunt. You don't got your star QB. Your star defensive lineman or star defensive player is walking off the field. He didn't register a tackle, a sack, anything. What is going wrong here? They fired Kellen, I think it's Kellen Moore, because, he didn't run the ball enough. But who do you have for the run game particularly? You have nobody. They got Zeke back because you couldn't get Derrick Henry because, he's too expensive. I'm sorry, but you give Jerry Jones, you give star players all this money all the time to do what? If you wouldn't have gave Dak the contract he wanted, I'm sure you would have had at least 15, 20 million to give, Derrick Henry. I'm sure if you would have grabbed Derrick Henry, CeeDee Lamb probably would have took a little bit less just so he can stay. But no, no, that's not what they did. They said, hey, he costs too much. CeeDee Lamb and Dak to the promised land. When there's no real wide receiver too, your tight ends keep getting injured, your star QB is injured, and you have nobody left besides CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons. And then Trevon Diggs. Trevon Diggs, he ain't done nothing. I forgot he was even a player in this league. I had to look up to see what he's been doing recently, and I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing out of Trevon Diggs mostly this season. Now, he was injured for a good part of this season, but he wasn't really doing anything. And I think that this is honestly coming down to what is Dallas going to do next year differently. Now, I don't believe Jerry's going to do a lot differently. I think he's just probably going to pick up a piece or two in free agency and try to get something in the draft. Which, if I was them right now, I would lose out. I would just lose out and get a draft pick. A good top 5 draft pick and try to hope and pray that Ashton Genty falls to me. That's what I'm doing if I'm Dallas. Open up my run game. They haven't had a run game in the past 3 seasons. I think Tony Pollard didn't even get over 1,000 yards. I would have to fact check myself. But Tony Pollard, he didn't do much. Zeke ain't doing much because this ain't 2016, 2017, 2018 Zeke. He let himself go. And injuries got to him. He's also been on a couple of different teams. Dallas Cowboys. Another year, another failure. And you should have known that this was going to happen when Dak did that interview and she said Dallas Cowboys 2024. He said Super Bowl champions. That's a flat out lie. Y'all can't even get out of our division. Yet alone beating the Lions, beating the Eagles. You can't do it. So, here's what you get. Derrick Henry would have ground and pounded Cincinnati last night. And last night just showed how bad Cincinnati's defense was. The fact that Cooper Rush was able to at least keep this game within an arm's reach. But they just couldn't reach further than the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll see y'all on my next one. Let me know what y'all think about Dallas down in the comments. And I'll see y'all on my next one. I'm out.